wow. Thank you, XSplit. Sorry about that. When I changed source on the television, graphics card said, no, we're not giving you any sound. So I had to reset XSplit. All right. So, do you know what happened last time, Di? Not sure what happened last time, Di? I believe you do. I believe you do. We finished more than just a chapter. We finished the whole episode. Yes. What happened in the last part of the episode? By the way, if you want to know the difference, Di, I will send you this link. This game has 5 episodes, and each episode is broken up into chapters. Yes. At the end of the last episode, we caught Winner and we got Kay's memory back. You're correct. We got a call from somebody. Do you remember who it is? Dick Killer. Kelly Dick Killer. You're close. You're close. Yes, we got a call from Kelly the Killer. He gave us some information about the letters. Who was the one that wrote the letter to, what's her name? The victim of the last episode. His actual name is Shelly the Killer. He is a lineager. He is one of the lineages for the Killer family. D-E-K-I-L-L-E-R. He's currently the current generation of the Killer. How the family ends up having wives is beyond me. Shelly right now doesn't have a girl in his life. But we all know there's going to be another The Killer in his line. April 6th, 10:02 a.m., big building, plaza. So, what's next for the great Miles Edgeworth, huh? Wait, you are serious about not being a prosecutor no more, aren't ya? Yes, I am. No longer a prosecutor. Hard to believe, and yet I can't stop thinking about what Mr. The Killer said. Me either. Congratulations on another solved case. Can't really say it's been fully resolved, can you? This isn't over. We still don't know who the mysterious figure in the raincoat at Gourd Lake was, or who really wrote that letter. I've been dancing to somebody else's tune this whole time. Ooh. Still can't let it go, huh? You're like a dog with a dangled bone. But oh y'all are. Well, I got me some reporting to do, so I'll catch y'all some other time, I guess. Wow! You have a new story to chase already? You trying to patronize me, girlie? You bet I got new stories. More than you can shake a stick at. A good reporter always has 3 or 4 leads bubbling around in that old scoop pot. Somebody, please! Whoa, what now? Please, you have to help me! Huh? Do I know her? What's the matter? Has something happened? There's a body. It looks like a monster might have. A monster? Well, I'll be. Anybody else smell that sweet, sweet smell of scoop soup? This way, hurry! What's happening now? Indeed. I suppose there's only one way to find out. April 6th, 10:05 a.m. Big building, empty lot. So, Di, do you remember who this girl is? I'll give you a hint. Turnabout Steel Samurai. That was a long time ago, wasn't it? Huh? Those look like... Yep, footprints. This right here is full of gold. Footprints? Penny nickel. Footprints? But how big would a creature have to be to leave prints like that? Mr. Edgeworth, look! Long Lang. What's he doing here? Wait, the guy on the floor, that's... No! Dijon Wang, the president of Zhangfa. Agent Lang, Mr. Prosecutor, how did you get here so quick? What is going on here? Huh? You don't think that's exactly what I'm trying to figure out myself? Can't blame him for being on edge, I suppose. The leader of his country is dead. Speaking of which, the body is lying inside one of the footprints. What on earth happened to him? Monster! Monster? What the heck else do you want me to say, huh? Them right there's monster prints, mister. That big old bad old Taurus done stomped right through here. I ain't never been sure or nothing. Toro, what? I suppose you mean you are sure? This right here is the scoop to scoop all the other scoops and bury them 10 feet deep. Man trampled by giant monster. They'll lead with that in every paper from here to Honolulu. Ridiculous. There's no such thing as monsters. I read the Inquirer. Wait. Honor don't mind, Mr. Stewart. I'm Dijon Wang. Effort on behalf of Zhangfa have not gone unnoticed. You adverted something of a crisis. You're the assassin we've been looking for. Innocent. Certain someone did indeed hire me to carry out a contract. And that contract did Please specify that I wish to assess President Wang. It finally managed to? You! Did you discover the body? Yes. That is, What are you doing, Agent Lang? Lang Z says, begin at the beginning, with the first person to arrive at the scene. Well, did you really just discover the body? Yes. Yes. Hey. Go easy on her. Can't you see she's scared? I don't think he's in the mood to go easy on anybody. Ha! Nobody's getting it easy today. Do you have any idea who this is lying dead over here? That's President Wang, the leader of Zheng Fa.
Hold it!
Please, Agent Lang. You don't seem your usual self. More ways than one, in fact. When we first met, you had more underlings than I could count. And you were known for your unrivaled arrest rate and your cool head under pressure. Now that the underlings are gone and you've forgotten the fundamentals of police work, what happened? What did you just say? Shouldn't you be looking over the scene instead of accusing the first person you run into? Or is it me who forgotten the fundamentals? Ah! I don't need you to tell me how to do my job. I was just about to get started. Good. That seems to have calmed it down a little. We should take a look around too, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, we should. Wait until the police arrive. I'm not strictly supposed to conduct investigations. Don't nobody need to do no looking around. I done told you who did this. It was Torosaurus, and my name ain't a lot of heart. Wait. Not who did it. What did it? Yeah, that. Are you quite finished? We have an investigation to be getting on with. Step aside, please. You can't order me around no more, mister. You step out of my dang way, more like it. Y'all mess with this here scoop of mine, and there'll be heck to pay, and then some. Excuse me. The woman found the body. How do I know her? Sure. Mr. Edgeworth, right? Do you remember me? Oh. Yes, of course. We met, on that case. No way, you two know each other? Yes, as a matter of fact, we do. Somewhere. Great to meet you. I'm Kay Faraday, Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Wow, I never knew you had your own adorable little assistant. I'm Penny Nichols. I work over at Global Studios. I'm in charge of props. It's nice to meet you. Oh, of course. One of my old cases involved a murder on the set of the Steel Samurai TV show. It's a member of the crew. That's a person of interest. Our paths must have crossed several times while it was all going on. Yeah, well, I've forgotten about her. Good to see you again. So, you're here. I guess that means... That's right. We're here on location filming for Global Studios. It's kind of a big feature, to tell you the truth. I was first today. Let's make an early start. And I noticed something was wrong. Footprint. The body. We'll take a closer look at the body just in a moment. In the meantime, can I ask you to notify the police? Yes, of course, right away. I'll need to speak to her at length a little later. First, go over the scene. There's plenty to look at besides the body. I need to examine everything in detail. Miss Nichols, where does this exit lead? That? Onto the ground of the big building. And another case with direct ties to the same building. The building with the hidden 51st floor used to store the lots of illicit auction. Guess it wouldn't be much of a surprise if it turned out to be a hiding yet more secret. The building data jotted down in my organizer. Look at this, chain and padlock. Oh, look at that! Somebody cut the chain! Dad, I'm sure it was still intact when I left yesterday. I'd say it's possible that this is where the killer entered from. Side gate chain cut. Chain holding the side gate closed. Cut. Did the killer do it? Eek! Ooh, what's the matter now? Look at the huge dent. How did that get there? You're right. That is a big dent. It would have taken a sizable object to make it. A heavy one, too. That wasn't like that yesterday either. Wasn't? Guess that means the dent must have been made last night at some point. Dented fence. It was fine yesterday. Did something heavy bump into it? What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I can't believe somebody murdered the president. Well, I say somebody, but maybe I should say something. You don't really believe that, do you? That a giant creature trampled him to death? What? Are you saying that's not what happened? Then who did kill the president, huh? It could have been any number of people. A person in his position is never short of enemies. Kelly the killer himself was hired to go after him, as we know. So you're saying maybe somebody like Mr. the Killer murdered him? Can't say anything for certain, but it's a possibility we can't discount for now. Right, just like the possibility that a monster killed him. That's a monster's footprint he's lying in, Mr. Edgeworth. What else could it be? And there's a horn thing right by the body, too. Horn thing? I guess we could say for sure that is not related to the case. Maybe we should compare it to some of the items of evidence we found so far. I can't believe we ran into Agent Lang. Here of all places. He's a little out of sorts though, huh? Does. That's to be expected. Crimson Thaw, after all. You can't expect him not to be affected by his president's death. Hey, where were the guys in the black suits he always had with him? I thought they never left his side. What happened, Lang? Really is him, huh? Certainly appears to be. Same man we met days ago. So this time the president really did get assassinated? That is what happened. The assassin certainly chose an attention-grabbing method. Must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Have we memorized this line yet, Di? The many a times that this has been heard in this game? You can say it in your sleep now, right? Just like the other one. I must investigate every suspicious looking nook and cranny. I must scour the scene and investigate anything that catches my attention. Definitely not breathing. So it really was a monster. Trampled by a giant creature. Awesome. Was he stomped on? President found in a giant footprint. Could a monster have? There's something stuck to the front of his clothes there. Yes, speckles of yellow substance. I bet it's monsters, Joel. Yeah, that must be it. Please, Kay. Can you at least try to be sensible? We'll need forensics to tell us what it might be. Alright, that looks to be pretty much everything the body can tell us for now. I better note it down. Crime scene note data jotted down in my organ. Huh? What's this white thing here? Wait, it's a bone! Does that mean 2 murders? Looks more like a horn than a bone to me. The body is surrounded by a piece of smashed up punch. Yes, they look to have been shown clear when the ground was broken. Whee-oo! Went flying by the mighty impact of a giant creature's foot. Sure, assuming this was the work of a giant creature. Monster footprint data jotted down in my organizer. Just look at the shape! I know a hoof when I see one. There's only one thing that can possibly be. The footprint of an enormous, terrifying beast. And it's not just the one, there are 3. 3 footprints. 3 giant cloven hoof shapes imprinted were found at the scene. But you know that's impossible, don't you? You know that monsters aren't real. Sure, I probably know that somewhere deep down. But it's way more fun to believe they are. Our job is to pursue the truth, okay? Not to believe what feels most fun in the moment. Prosecutor, we did again. Yes. We saw you at the detention center the other day, too. Got some business to take care of, I take it, Agent Lang? You could say that. Nothing that need concern you, though. Ha! Yeah. You really have a habit of showing up in the wrong place at the time. You're a bad penny. A bad omen. And a bad smell all rolled into one. Just stay out of my way, okay? Got a president. You were already at the scene when we got here. Why? What were you doing in this area? What am I? A suspect? Might be. Look, I heard a scream and came running, okay? Guess it was our friend from the crew. Came in from that gate over there. Somebody already got rid of the lock for me. Not completely. I can see it on the floor there. Perhaps I should take a closer look. When I got here, I saw a movie girl running out of the other gate. In other words, he arrived right around the same time we did. You have business here at the big building? Date with Destiny, let's call it. It's similarly enigmatic when you saw him at the detention. Hey, guess, you're a huge feature fan, so you came to see them filming the Torosaurus movie? Features? What do you think I am? Not the type of person who thinks a creature might have done this, I hope. Sorry about the president. You have my deepest condolences. Thanks. Great man. Thankful we'll be lost without him. You and he were close, correct? It all started when he hired my father. Great. Family kept him safe. Those are most important. And our most sacred. Gave my father a medal after medal. I had to come up with new ones just for him. Yeah, no medal was left to give. So he made us to keep it, his last will and testament. Those medals and duty are our greatest pride. Family jewel. God, never thought we'd be feeling that all soon. Wow, sounds like your family and the president was super close. But wait, when the whole thing happened back at the lake, you weren't with the president then, right? Look, what just happened, okay? This was all 12 years ago or more. My father and the president being friends, family being the one who kept him safe, just changed one. He became a different person. Now he doesn't trust the police when he's in bed. So what happened 12 years ago? Regardless of what happened, I still respect him. Thank God, it may not be a big country. Held that place together. Damn it! What was his security detail thinking? I think you've already contacted the embassy. Of course I have. The government. And my family. They'll be going crazy right now. Thinking about what happened needs to happen with that. Will. Things will be getting crazy here soon too. Those bodyguards will be all over the place. Not a fan of trouble. I'd leave before they get here. Look, Mr. Prosecutor. These days, a one-man outfit. Lone wolf. Won't be letting me lead this investigation. I still got fangs. I can still bite back. I'll find whoever did this, and I won't let you or anybody else get in my way. His voice is killing me. I'm sorry I got a little upset before. You were working here alone? That's right. I came before everybody out so I could get everything ready. As soon as I walked through the gate, I saw the footprints. Monster prints, first thing in the morning. That must have been a real shock. It was. They weren't there when I left yesterday evening, I'm sure of it. So the footprints must have appeared late last night. At first glance, I thought maybe they were part of the set. Then I got close and I saw that somebody was lying in the middle of one of them. Didn't notice until you were right up close. Yeah, my eyesight just keeps getting worse and worse lately. I didn't notice it was a body until I was right by it, which was why I got so shocked and ran away. Then when we bumped into her. So you're shooting a movie? Wouldn't happen to be a Steel Samurai movie, would it? Oh. Oh. This one's a creature feature. You know, the Taurus movies, right? I'm afraid not. You'll have to forgive Mr. Edgeworth. He only cares about the Steel Samurai. That's not! Hey, that's alright. Not everyone's a fan, but they soon will be. He's back after 12 years of silence. The big bad bull himself, Taurus. The first Taurus movie in a long time, so the crew's super excited about it. And parts of it are set here at the big building. So we've been shooting on location. That explains what we saw yesterday. What's going on here? What's going on with the building? Just stay calm and talk to me, kid. God! I'm so sorry. We're shooting a movie. Could you, Must be when they were filming. So does Taurus smash the big building to pieces in the movie? I bet he does, right? Wouldn't you like to know? You'll just have to wait to find out in the theater. Here. You can have this if you like. Oh. Thank you. Epic rivalry is born. Taurus versus Gordy. Okay. Gordy, huh? That's right. Not just Taurus on his own this time around. He has an arch nemesis. You know Gordy, right? The monster from Gourd Lake? Oh yeah! Wasn't everybody talking about that a couple of years back? That mysterious creature in the lake. It showed up in that one couple's picture. Not only were people talking about it, it played a major part in one of my cases. Not a name I'm too wild about hearing again. The director is fascinated by the stories, which is how Gordy wound up in the movie. A little behind the times, but better late than never, I suppose. Just wait till you see those two legends staring into each other on the big screen. Di, would that be a movie you'd watch? Would you like to see two monsters battle each other? I know what you're thinking. We've got too many of those already. Creature feature flyer data jotted down in my organizer. This reminds me of something I've seen already. I think we need to learn a little more about the security situation here on set. Miss Nichols, is the set kept locked overnight? Yeah, we use one of these. A combination lock, huh? So anybody who knows the code can get in and out? lock in place when you arrived this morning? Yep, everything was locked up tight when I got here. Who knows the combination? Oh, the producer, the director, the crew, the actors. It's like everybody who's working on them. So any member of the crew, cast and crew, who could have opened the lock entered. Combination lock used on the front gate. Only the cast and crew know the combination. Okay. What's this big metal stick doing? Is it for climbing trees or something? No, it's a camera crane. Used for filming from an elevated view. No camera currently attached, but it would usually be positioned at the top there. Gotcha. Sounds perfect for casting a place before a burglary. Mind if I go ask somebody about borrowing it? And how do you propose to transport it if that answer is yes? Easy. You take the bottom part, I'll take the top. So I'm helping now? And if we go one little step at a time, we'll be back at your place before you know it. And we're walking it back to my house? Hey, those are those plastic sheets you can put down when you have a picnic. They're plastic sheets. That much is true. But I don't think that's what they're used for. Want me to explain, Mr. Edgeworth? Those are waterproof sheets. We use them to protect the camera when it's up on the crane. If it starts raining while we're shooting, we can just cover up and keep going. See, so they must be pretty big, right? Oh yeah, they have to be able to cover the whole rig. Wouldn't be much point using them otherwise. The weather was pretty patchy yesterday, so we wound up using them quite a bit. Okay. Alrighty then. Your favorite part, Red Dye? The combination lock on the gate leading to the plaza was intact when Miss Nichols arrived. The lock on the gate leading out to the side of the big building has been cut. What does this tell us? Easy. The killer used the side gate. And it tells us something else important too. Namely, that our culprit didn't know the number for the combination lock. You're right. It would have been way easier to come in that way if they did. Instead, it chose the classic the thief's route, the lesser known side entrance. This is no run-of-the-mill criminal, Mr. Edgeworth. We need to keep our wits about us. I'm not sure we should be excited by that fact, Kay. Anyways, we know that everybody working on the movie knew the combination, which makes it likely that our culprit wasn't a member of the cast and crew. Movie set lock data jotted down in my organizer. How can I examine the staircase if I can't interact with it? This thing in front of the trailer here, it looks like a monster costume. What? That's a costume? You sure the creature that made those huge footprints didn't just shrink or something? Perhaps I didn't make myself clear. This thing in front of the trailer here, it looks like a monster costume. A costume? This looks like equipment used by the lighting department. Oh wait, I just remember there was something I wanted to ask you. Could you maybe light me up when I'm doing my next robbery? Help me look super cool. You want me to shine a light on you while you're committing a crime? You bet I do. What's so weird about that? What's the point of me doing my great thieving in the dark? The folks in the cheap seats wouldn't be able to see a thing. Wait, you're imagining you'll be committing this robbery in front of an audience? I find it kind of weird that after that entire conversation, they look back at the camera with a smile. What is it now? Can't y'all see I'm busy? Y'all needs to work. Needs room to work, you know. Why are you so obsessed with the idea that this was a monster attack? Monsters don't exist. Surely even you know that. What did ya? You don't know what the heck you're talking about. Taurosaurus is real, dang it. I know that for a fact. For a fact? How is that possible exactly? Because I done seen him. What? You saw Taurosaurus? Where? How? Heck yeah, I seen him. That big bull, bad bull himself. Devs, please proofread. Proofread, because I'm pretty sure they don't say his self. I'm pretty sure even the Southerners say himself. Right there in front of me. I was up on 51 over their big building just yesterday, right? Gathering materials for your story on the underground auction. Yes, we remember. Well, ain't you just Mr. Memory Man? That's right. I done seen him right when I took that photo. The person in the red coat, this ringer, right? Yep, y'all see that blind right there next to the little miscoat? Well, guess who was on the other side of it at the very moment? That's right. Taurus Saurus. There's nothing there. Well, I can't really capture every dang thing. I was just a little too far away, that's all. But I seen it, alright. Boy, did I. Taurus Saurus' big old eyes staring right at me, peeking right into the window. A window-peeking monster? Anyhow, I don't got time to be shooting the breeze with y'all. I got snaps to snap, reported to report. Quit bugging me, will ya? Go on and get. That entire story was ridiculous. You didn't believe a word she said, did you, Edgeworth? Is it that obvious? Oh, I guess we're very good. I'm gonna scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Alright. Could this be related to the evidence somehow? So now we are figuring out which piece of evidence. Where it's a horn. The chains will not help us. This is a letter.
Eureka!
This could be one of the Torosaurus's horns, couldn't it? You're right. Totally could. Maybe it's part of a props in the movie. If it is, it must be from something pretty big, judging by the size. What's this doing on the ground here? Be sure to ask one of the crew. Maybe they'll know. This horn, do you recognize it? Huh? Oh, that's part of one of the Torosaurus's horns. It's from a model we use for promotional stuff. Where did you find it? On the ground near the side entrance. That's weird. We keep a replica of Torosaurus's head up on the roof of the trailer over there. And it's quite large, I assume. Oh yeah. Well, not as big as the real thing, obviously, but it's still pretty big. It's just up there. See it? Right there. That really is big. Broken horn. Found falling next to the body. It's usually kept up on the roof of the trailer, and that's where it was supposed to have been yesterday as well. I want to get up here on the staircase. Have you heard of this Torosaurus before? Nope, not me. I mean, it's a 12-year-old movie. I would have been super tiny when it came out, and super cute. It sounds kind of interesting though, right? If you like that sort of thing, which I assume you do, you bet I do. It's a creature feature. When are those not good? Almost always in my experience. Godzilla wasn't really that great. Well, I could say the same about the Steel Samurai. Hey, how could you? The Steel Samurai is... Never mind that now. We have an investigation to be getting on with. We should probably make sure we've gathered all the intel we can. This will be clues here, as that might have happened for sure. I can imagine a conversation with Edgeworth and Maya Fey about the Steel Samurai. Can you? Fine. Both the dead in the fence and the broken horn weren't there yesterday, according to our witness. Which leads me to wonder. Wait, you think that giant Torosaurus head could have... I do. I think it could have rolled off the trailer roof and landed in the lot below. Torosaurus head. Giant head might have fallen from the production trailer roof. This is more than possible, and it also means there's no sign of a murder weapon anywhere. Oh yeah, there isn't! Now this is still only a possibility. If the Torosaurus head somehow fell from the roof up there, yeah, that could kill somebody for sure. Miss Nichols, would you mind if we took a closer look on the roof of the trailer? You're going up there? Sure, I don't see why not. Knock yourselves out. Oh, but don't do that literally. The steps could be kind of slippery. Alright, I'm done here. I found out what I need to do for now. What might that be, I wonder? Move, old man. What did you say to me? You need to learn some manners, kid. No. You need to learn when you're in the way. Quit whining, get out of here. I'm gonna name him Ruby. What the? I'm so sorry about him, Sean. Apologize to the nice man. His name is Sean, but he reminds you of Ruby, doesn't he? Yes. Well, there's one tie-in for Ruby. I mean, we've got a couple of characters in here we tied Phoenix to, didn't we? If I had to tie you to a character, it'd probably be Kay Faraday. Let me guess, she's your favorite right now. Come on, Sean. You know you can't speak to people like that. Whatever. Who the heck was he? Of policeman, that's who. Why would you antagonize him like that? Hey, I thought there was going to be trouble for a second there. I don't think I've ever seen anybody stand up to Agent Ling like that. Oh, let me introduce you all. Everybody, this is Sean Penn. He's the star of the movie we're making. Star? This little boy? Hi there! I'm Kate Faraday. It's great to meet you. Sean, this is Miles Edgeworth. He's a prosecutor? That's right. A pretty famous one at that. If he's a prosecutor, where's his badge? He certainly didn't pull any punches. Oh. You, might not want to get too close, Sean. He's right. It's no sight for a child. But he's involved in all of this nonetheless. I'll need to speak with him. It was Sean, wasn't it? Do you mind if I ask you some questions? Are you really a prosecutor? You just look like an old guy to me. Talking about a guy that's in his mid-20s and calling him old. Sounds just like Ruby, doesn't it? You'll probably have to mention that to Ruby. I am old guy? Charmed, I'm sure. Badge first, then we talk. I don't have my badge right now. Then how do you expect people to believe you're a prosecutor? You. He's not the friendliest, huh? You want me to try talking to him? Why not? I doubt it. It hurt. I never was good with children. So you're an actor, right, John? Yeah. So what? That's amazing! You're so cool! It's not that big. Huh. His approach seems to be having an effect. So, those horns are yours. Yeah? What about them? Oh, those? The makeup department made them. The character he plays has a special psychic link with her source. The horns allow him to communicate with his giant friend. Isn't that right, Sean? Just shut up, will you? So much like Ruby. They don't need to know all that stuff. Sorry. Well, that power dynamic here seems pretty obvious. Still, that's kind of amazing, huh? The lead character in a movie? While you're still in elementary school? That's crazy! Oh. Sean's actually 13. Just looked a little younger. What? But look at him! He's so little and cute! And the backpack! I just thought backpack's part of his costume. He's playing a role, remember? Yeah, yes he is, huh? But he is kind of small, you have to admit. Oh, we try not to talk about that too much in front of him. I said stop telling people stuff they don't need to know! I'm sorry! So it's all part of the role. Except for the carton of milk, maybe. Would it surprise you if Ruby says that he likes this kid? So, if we go and check a look at his profile here, it's registered that he's 13. Star child of the monster movie being filmed, mature for his age, with a menacing demeanor. The dead guy. That's the president, right? Yeah. You knew him? Little. He's meeting with presidents now? Guy was a real piece of work. Hey, you can't say that. It's not nice. What was so bad about him anyway? Don't want to talk about it? Fine. I guess. President Wang was working with us on the movie. Working with you? How exactly? He had a part, just a cameo, nothing big. So he came to look around the set one time. That would have been when Sean met him. Why put the president in your movie? We heard he was a fan of the original Torosaur. So the studio offered him a little role. They figured it would be good PR. Last thing I need is amateurs on my set. I told you before, Sean, you can't talk about people like that. And I told you to shut your mouth. Guess he's none too thrilled about the idea of performing alongside non-professionals. Oh, here. What's this? Oh, wait, from yesterday? Photograph? Yeah, I just got them printed. You can keep it if... Wow, it's such a great picture. And you brought it specifically for me? That's so kind, thank you. No, just happened to have a spare, that's all. Hope you don't mind me asking, but can we take a look too? Oh, sure, here. Was taken yesterday. Certainly no body. Behind the scenes photo data jotted down in my organizer. Alright, so there is one thing I want to take a look at because they had a mistake in the DS port. Because when we first met Penny Nichols, she was 18 years old. And in the DS port, they still put 18 years old. I'm glad they fixed it. That was a mistake they had to fix. So I'm glad all the ages are correct now. Because it wouldn't make sense that she was 18 in the first one, and then she's 18 in this one. 2 years have passed since then. They also made a mistake with Will Powers' age, because he was 24, I believe, in... No, wait, he I can't remember how old he was, but they had his age from, I want to say, Injustice for All in the DS port of this, and that's the one that's what had to be fixed. Okay, so we can go up here. Actually, would you mind coming up these with us? Oh, sure. After you. So this is the mighty Torosaurus. Huh? It looks different from before. Hey, he's way cooler in the flyer. What's with the weird nose ring on this model? Oh, I forgot. You two aren't Torosaurus fans. This is the original Torosaurus sign from 12 years back. Huh? So, what's the one on the flyer? That's the all-new Torosaurus. Gave him a makeover specifically for the movie. He looks so much more contemporary now, don't you think? A makeover? He's totally different! This one's, it's just a cow. A cow? Well, he is just a cow. Or at least, he was originally based on a cow. He's a monstrosity. You get it, Di? You get it? Monstrosity? Ooh. Monstrosity? Yeah, the cow, man's best friend, reimagined as a terrifying monster. It totally makes you think about our whole relationship with nature, right? That was the original concept. I think the concept might be a little lost on me. Me too, I'm afraid. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. The model was made for promotional events, stuff like that. So people would remember the old Torosaurus and realize this was a reboot. Yeah, he does look different. People might not get it otherwise. And just as we thought, his horn is broken. So the model really is what killed the president? I think it's distinctly possible, but there's one thing I don't quite understand. What's that? Miss Nichols, the model looks very heavy. How do you move it around? Oh, it comes apart. If you know the trick, it's not too hard. But I guess if you didn't, you might struggle to figure it out. If you happen not to be a member of the cast or crew, for example, once it's in pieces, can one person move it? Oh yes, even I could. Maybe not very fast, but I could. Source head data jotted down in my organizer. I'm sure I remember the face from somewhere. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. I know this cow. Funny, I was just thinking the exact same thing. We know him from the president's plane, of course. And from the auction. So President Wang's plushie was a soft toy version of the original Torosaurus. Can this really be just a coincidence? Core source plus the data jotted down in my organizer. The wooden table sadly collapsed. Parts of it are badly scorched. That's weird. The head should be on that table. And the legs are broken. Guess Torosaurus isn't going back on there now. Fortune. Marks. Looks particularly bad with the legs snapped off. I think there might have been a fire up here. Do you think that's what happened to the leg? Well, you could actually see on the neck part of the Torosaurus that it was burnt. And that bottom part of that horn, you can also see where it was burnt too. Yes, and when the fire had burned through the legs, the table would have collapsed and the head would have fallen down onto the ground below. You're right. The fire caused the head to fall. Indeed. And I also happen to have an idea about how the fire might have started. Those cans of paint thinner by the heater are pretty flammable. Not a great place to keep them. Yep. You're right. I'm sorry. I'll make sure somebody moves them. But the stove didn't get used yesterday. Not while I was here anyway. Makes the question of what could have started the fire all the more interesting. Alright. I think that just about wraps up our preliminary investigation. So he was killed by, by a fallen Torosaurus head. At least that seems the most likely explanation for now. Came down right on top of him, huh? Hmm? Well, they took their time, but here they are. Police, bodyguards, the whole gang. Mr. President. It's a little late for that, don't you think? Person who did this. Whoever it was made a big mistake. I promise you this. They'll pay. I'm on their trail already. What? What do you mean? Our president may have been murdered. That doesn't mean extraterritoriality applies. Local police have jurisdiction. Luckily, I know the right people to talk to. Just got myself seconded to this case. Only one man outfit or not, I'll be working this one. Sounds like you already have an idea of where you'd like to focus your inquiries. More than that, I've already caught scent of my prey. Take a look at this. A printout from a security camera on the viewing platform at the time of the big building. That's it's pointed at the elevator that leads onto the roof, so it records everybody who goes up there. And in this particular case, it recorded the president and his murderer, clear as day. What was Judge Cavell doing there? Saying, Spectre of the murder. Mr. Edgeworth, I entrust my offering to God so that you may use it to call her judgment, her final judgment onto Excelsius winner. But murder goes against everything she believes in. Security camera footage data jotted down in my organizer. Agent Lang, perhaps you could explain your thinking on the matter a little further?
Not so fast!
I heard a little rumor while I was over at the big building. It's about you, Mr. Edgeworth. You're not a prosecutor anymore, are you? So much for rumors. Which means you don't have jurisdiction here. But you want to cross-examine me while I explain my thinking? Why would I agree to that? First. Hey, don't be like that. You were the one who was just talking about being a lonely one-man outfit. You know what? Maybe it should be you explaining your thinking to me. How come, even though you're not a prosecutor, you're still sticking your nose into this case? It's a valid question. Why am I still here? Perhaps I can clarify that with a question of my own, Agent Lang. Why are you so desperate to catch the person who murdered President Wang? Because, above all else, you're an investigator, correct? I'm desperate to catch a certain somebody myself. A person who orchestrated a murder at the big building yesterday. A person who put Kay's freedom in jeopardy. Who put her in grave danger. That person is out there somewhere right now, lurking in the shadows, laughing. Until I uncover the truth and make that person pay, it doesn't matter if I'm a prosecutor anymore. I'll keep fighting. Find the truth. Don't give up until you do. That's a rule I live by. You may have to look a smart guy. You may have the look of a smart guy, but you're a fool just like the rest of us. A fool? How dare you? That's just what I needed to hear. Fine. You're in. I've lost my minions, and you've lost your fancy title. But it seems neither of us is prepared to give up on this investigation. Now, seeing as we're both so stubborn, how about we go head to head and thrash out the details? I'd be honored. But be warned, I won't go easy on you. I have an assassin catch. Not even you going to get in the way of that. Of course, I wouldn't expect no less. Let me show you the truth I tore from this case with my bare fangs. Why I suspect Gavel. Alright, so this judge friend of yours met the president on the roof. And then she pushed him. He landed right here. It all happened the night before last. The people had all been clearing from the viewing platform. There was just the two of them up there. That pretty much sums it up. No doubt about it. She killed the president. They were there completely alone? No bodyguards? None, I checked. His security detail had no idea he even went up there. He must have gone in secret. Maybe it was a conversation they didn't want anybody to hear. What kind of conversation? How were the two of them even connected? Seems the president spoke to the owner of the building ahead of time. He had him set aside the viewing platform just for the two of them. It was the president asking. I guess the guy wasn't about to refuse. So the last person to see the president alive really could have been... Yep, Gavel. Did you say her name was her? His argument certainly isn't completely without merit. But I noticed at least one glaring hole in his reasoning. That's where I need to focus my counterattack. Oh, hold it! How can you say for certain that the two really met? So the plan is to come in swinging, huh? I've seen worse approaches. Dominate the battlefield. Counter your opponent's every move. It's a tried and tested strategy. Not what I was intending at all. This battle has barely even begun, Mr. Prosecutor, so shut up and buckle up. Hold it! The night before last? How can you be so sure of that? Ha! If you're not sure, take another look. Take as many as you need. There's pictures from the camera up on the viewing platform like I said. The camera doesn't lie. That's from 2 nights ago.
Objection!
You have a picture of them both entering the rooftop area? But nothing from after that point, I assume. No, there's only one camera, and it's pointed at the elevator. You can't see the viewing platform. Still, this is when the murder happened. I'm sure of it. The president really was killed 2 nights ago? Then his body would have been here in the lot this whole time. Taking a little moment there, Mr. Prosecutor. Well, save it. I'm not done explaining. Not even close.
Hold it!
It's entirely possible somebody else was up there, Shirley. Yeah, what about the cotton candy stand?
Not so fast!
The owner of the building received a request from the president himself to clear the area. He knew there'd be serious trouble if he messed up, so he went to work as quick as he could. They cleared everybody out, and I mean everybody, including your stupid cotton candy seller. Stupid? That's mean! Still, it wasn't enough. If it had been, the president wouldn't be lying there now.
Hold it!
No doubt about it. Are you certain of that? Ha! Of course I am. The place, time, everything points to the woman in the picture. The place and time? Interesting. Any Lang seems to believe that the president wound up in a certain place at a certain time, and yes, I think I'm starting to see the problem. There's at least one major point he's overlooking. That's where I'll need to focus my counterattack. Let's see what the last statement said. Well, there isn't really anything in that statement that we can use evidence on. And we can't really disprove his theory on that statement. We can't disprove this one. Alright, which piece of evidence? No, that's not going to help us. Matter of fact, if we use the footage, that's going to prove that he's correct. And we're supposed to disprove it.
Attention!
Long Lang, former star agent of Interpol. How the mighty have fallen. What? Take a look at this picture. It's the behind-the-scenes shot of some of the cast and crew. Look at those smiles. Well, maybe not Sean's, but you know what I mean. And it was taken only yesterday. What? If Judge Gavelle really did kill President Wang the night before last, the body would have been clearly visible in the background of this picture. What? Perhaps you should have taken a little more time to speak with those involved. Hey, Ruby. We got to meet you when you're 13 years old. After all, thorough witness interviews form the basis of any good investigation, as you should know. Yeah, we did. His name is Sean. Ha! I don't think I've ever seen you so happy, Mr. Edgeworth. You really do love backing your opponent into a corner, huh? Ah, fine, you got me. I must say it's been a while, I almost missed it. Perhaps if you tried to stay a little calmer while conducting your investigation in the future. Don't push your luck, Edgeworth. Langsy says, the righteous anger of a wolf lasts 100 years. You don't see the resemblance? Well, this isn't Sean, this is the investigator. We'll show you. This kid right here acts just like you. Edgeworth is 26 years old and this kid called him old. This kid also acts like a leader. I mean, well, I'm not classified as old because old age starts at 65 years of age. In 5 years, I'm going to be considered as middle age. I won't be calming down anytime soon. Not until we've caught the president's killer. I want the same thing. We all do, nonetheless. The body appeared last night. You have to accept that now. And there's one other thing you'll need to accept. The president didn't die from a fall. That's right. He was crushed by the falling head of a giant monster. The incident occurred here on the movie set, not at the top of the big building.
Knock him back!
Says you. But that's just your theory. I'm not about to give up on my own because of it. But it literally can't have happened the night before last. We just proved that with this picture. Did you? What if your friend Gavel pushed the president off the building the night before last, and then came down here to the movie set and hid the body somewhere? Here? But where? There's all kinds of stuff down here. Costumes, equipment. You could hide it anywhere. And then come back a day later last night. In other words, and take it out again. No. 45 is middle age. 65 is old age. We just need to check the lot for trace evidence. We'll soon find where she put it.
Objection!
There won't be any need for that. What? This piece of evidence proves that Judge Gavel can't have hidden the body. I'm going to be 40 in a few months, so yes, I have considered it. I will be in a few months. I don't have any gray hair on me either. Page 1, yes, you're correct, guys. So, 40 years may be a long time, but the human body lasts about 100 years anyways.
Take that!
Both entrances to this lot were locked. We already know that the chain on the side gate was cut only last night. Grr! Judge Gavel had no way of getting in here to hide the body the night before last. Grr! But the murder has to have happened 2 nights ago. Why are you so set on believing that? Because that's not really a compliment. If you remember, that picture was printed out from a video, and there were more. Well, I still suspect Gavel. There's footage from a few dozen minutes after your friend went up on the roof with the president. It shows her heading back into the elevator alone. You know what there's no footage of? The president himself leaving this room. Di has just entered adulthood. There's no other way he could have gotten down to the top of a building that high. A few years ago? That's not a long time ago. You think 5 years is a long time ago? Whenever she's turned 18 or 19. Still at 18 and 19, you don't have full independence, even though they consider that as adulthood. Because society has classified independency at 21 because you can't drink or smoke until you're 21 years of age. Insurance will drop you completely at 24 years of age if you have nothing specifically wrong with you. $18? I had to fill out a draft card at the age of 16. Hello, Phoenix. Well, let's just say, Ruby, that you are 100% correct that you can just walk into the military at 15 or at 18, as you say. If a draft should happen to happen and you have a draft card at 16, the military shouldn't draft you at 16. Now, should they? Although I could throw away my draft card now. They would not draft me at all. By the time you turn 35, that's where your cutoff point is. To be very honest, we haven't had a need for a draft. We're not in short of needing military men. They have it on there as an emergency, okay? So if we're ever short military men, that's when they're going to initiate the draft. And the government can initiate a military draft at any time, at any point, if they feel necessary, okay? And honestly, if we need military men, a draft is the only way we're going to be able to get them. Even if you're drafted, they will actually have to see your medical records to see if they're going to be able to keep you. Even if you're drafted, you still have to go through all the recommended tests and stuff to see if you're eligible to be in the military. So it's not a definite that they'll keep you even if you're drafted. When I was younger, they would not take me into the military because of my asthma. So, that was the one thing that they would not have taken me with is my asthma. And I would not be allowed to pilot a plane because I wear glasses. So that's also another thing that you have to think about too is if you're going to go in flying planes in the Air Force, you have to be somebody that doesn't wear glasses. You're safe from the Air Force. You wear glasses. Glasses is not a bad thing. Di is safe from the Air Force. She wears glasses too. My suggestion is don't go plastic. Plastic has an easy time breaking. You probably should just stick with wire frames. That's not good at all. So there's a possible chance that you could actually be blind in that eye. And if it's degraded that far, they can legally make you blind in that eye. Which means you're going to have a card. See, if a doctor says that you're blind in one of your eyes, you have to have a card. You don't think it's that bad. Even if you don't think it's bad, but doctor says it's bad enough where you need to be listed as blind, they will have to make a card for you. But they don't, then you're lucky. Unless he was pushed by Gavel. You said the president was never observed returning from the viewing platform? So if they say that your left eye is going to be considered legally blind, that's still enough to give you a card. So I would wait until what your eye doctor says, because there's a degree of level where they consider it legally blind. And I can be very honest with you, LASIK is not worth it. Not now, but I would probably wait and hear from a doctor. That's what I'm saying. Heck, by the time you reach 30 years old and your eye is at a point where you can just barely see 3 feet away from you, they could probably say, oh, you're legally blind. It's a scary thought with your vision and stuff like that, because you never know when your vision's going to go. But since your eye is degrading as you say it is, it's like a ticking time bomb. It's eventually going to go. So you're going to expect it when that day comes. Thank God they have cards and stuff to help the legally blind anyways. I would hate to have the insurance for that. Think you'll be okay? I hope so. You say the president was never observed returning from the viewing platform? Yeah, the camera was pointed at the elevator door the whole time. If anybody else had come up and down, it would have been on the tape. In other words, the presence of the camera ensured that nobody could have left unnoticed. I see. It's not good news for Judge Gravel. Security camera footage updated in my organizer. Vanishing from a rooftop hundreds of feet in the air? Yeah, that's a tricky one, alright. Indeed. Even the Yatagarasu can't actually fly. Well, not yet anyhow. Just need a little more practice. You need wings first, okay? You need wings. She has a Yatagarasu pin, but we have the Yatagarasu pin in our evidence. Please don't tell me you think you can learn. All she needs is a sturdy framed cape or wing attached to her so she can actually glide. She can't exactly fly, but if she's gliding, which is a descended glide, she could think she's flying. Or she could just put a parachute on her back and just jump out of a plane like some people do. And then pull the chute. Providing the ripcords don't break on her. I think anymore now the parachutes, they come with 3 rip cables. And if all 3 of them fail, you're done. Just think of it as extra lives in a video game.
Hold it!
A few dozen minutes? That's awfully vague. Exact length of time doesn't matter. Not anymore anyway. What matters is what she did after that. And what was that exactly? Perhaps you care to elaborate? Oh, I mean to, believe me.
Hold it!
So, she was alone when she went back down in the elevator? You sure of that? Not certain. Like I said, there's footage from a little while after they went up to the roof. Footage of Gravel recorded by the camera that points at the elevator door. And she was getting back into that elevator. Just her. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. Seems almost certain that Judge Gravel did indeed get back into the elevator alone. I doubt he'd be so sure of himself otherwise. Ugh, it's so weird, right? Like, completely alone? Not even her pal, the goddess of justice, was there? I doubt the presence of an invisible entity would have sworn things either way. What? No fair. Poor goddess of justice. I feel like I should light a light for her and say a little prayer. I doubt she would even see the light. She's blind. If we could return to the matter at hand, Agent Lang, you don't think there's any possibility that the president could have taken the elevator at some later point? No, I considered it, but...
Hold it!
And just to be thorough, the camera has no blind spots? And it was functioning normally? Are you trying to say I've overlooked stuff like that? What do you think I am? Forgive me. As I said, I was just being thorough. It's simply my way. Ha! Whatever. The footage was clean, okay? No doubt about it. The president came up in the elevator, and he never went back down. Understood. While I may question your testimony, I'll refrain from questioning your method any further. Do what you want. They're both rock solid.
Hold it!
And what if there was another way he could have gotten down?
Knuckle back!
Just 50 stories up. Don't be ridiculous. The elevator was the only way down. It's that simple. If you want to take my theory apart, you'll need some sharper tools than this. Could there really have been no other way of leaving the viewing platform? Well, Mr. President, are you about convinced? No other way the president came to be lying.
Hold it!
I think it's a little too soon to be saying that for certain. Ha! Struggle all you like. You want to escape my fangs? Escape me. My fangs will close around you in the end. Your fangs aren't inescapable, and neither was the rooftop. I'll escape one by showing you how the president escaped the other. Ooh, nice. There's nothing that the great thief loves more than a breakout. You talk a good game, Mr. Prosecutor. Now, why don't you put your money where your mouth is? Escape away if you can. So, the camera means no one could have gone unnoticed, does it? Was falling really the only other way he could have left the rooftop? Okay. Yep, it's going to be on page 1.
Objection!
Actually, there was another way. Apart from the elevator, what do you mean? You're not about to tell me he flew. You didn't need to. It's much simpler than that. Assuming the president knew what we know, of course. Namely, that the big building has a hidden 51st floor. What? That's right, hidden floor. With a hidden entrance on the rooftop. If he left that way, he wouldn't have needed to ride the elevator.
Not so fast!
What? But you said it was hidden, right? That it was a secret? How could the president even know about it? It's an interesting question. One I don't have an answer to just yet. For now, this is just a theory. So, what are we talking about exactly? What is the hidden floor of yours? Sounds like the kind of place your little ninja friends would happily spend time in. No, I hate it there. Don't make me go back. Jesus, Kay, I didn't know you had PTSD over that floor. Unfortunately, his memory of it are far from happy. There's a secret storeroom up there where they keep the lots for an underground auction. The whole sordid scheme was uncovered just yesterday. Underground auction? What the heck are you trying to say? That President Wang was involved somehow? I don't have any proof, but I certainly think it's a possibility. Yeah, based on what we've seen of him, he totally seems the type. Hey! They'd never do that! Not the president! Illegal underground auctions? No! He'd have nothing to do with it, nothing! Well, what's gotten into him? I hope you two are feeling lucky. Because when people start saying stuff like that, I start biting! Turn away. You know nothing. Neither of you. You have no idea how much the people love him. How well respected he is. Is that really true? I guess we know what lurks behind this respectable public face. People who think God clearly don't. I wonder if I should tell him the truth about his beloved president. No. How good would I do? It would only upset him more. Forgive me, Agent Lang. And we upset you. We spoke out of turn, both of us. We only apologize. Apology accepted. And reciprocated. I'm sorry I got carried away. It's alright, Kay. You can come out now. Sorry. It's fine. It's not you I'm upset with. The animal who killed the president. Well, aren't you just a fine figure of a man? All patriotic and such? Gotta tip your hat to that sort of thing. Ah, what are you talking about? Well, I got good news for you, Mr. Patriot. Real good news. What? Ain't no way in heck, you pal. The president moseyed on downstairs via 51. Really? I was hunkered down in there, that there storage room, the whole dang time. Eyes peeled like oranges. Of course, you would have already snuck in by that point. This hard statement jotted down in my organizer. Thanks. That's very useful to know. Well, Mr. Prosecutor. What? Guess my theory still stands. Means not budging an inch. Nobody saw the president after he met with Gambit 2 nights ago. That's a fact. It's also a fact that the body appeared only last night. How could the president have fallen from the roof 2 nights ago, only been found today? That seems a little slow as falls go, wouldn't you say? Sure. There are questions that still need answering. I'll give you that. I guess there's one thing we can both agree on. Oh yeah, what's that? Question of exactly what happened here yesterday will require further investigation. Yes, I guess all we know for sure is that the body and the footprints appeared during the night. Officer Lang? Or Agent Lang? I'd like to hand the body off to the coroner if you... Fine. All yours. Just take care of him, okay? One last thing. What? We found footprints near the body. I mean, footprints in the footprint, if you will. Little ones in the big one. Human footprints in the monster print? Interesting. And what kind of print? Sir, they were child's footprints, about the size of a young average elementary school boy. What? Huh? Elementary school? No, it couldn't be! What now? Miss Nichols? Oh, I didn't mean to butt in, sorry. Was there something you wanted to say? What are you so scared of? There's something I have to tell you. You'll probably think it was pretty awful of me, but there is nothing to be quite so nervous about. Well, what is it? Last night I came here. What? You mean you came back to the set? Why? Well, I just wanted to. I was worried about him, so I came back to check. Check on Sean, I mean. On boy? Yes. You see, he stayed behind on his own last night. You heard. Wow. He really takes the job seriously, huh? Well, this movie is his first lead role. He's trying so hard to make it perfect. You might have seen what happened last night. And what time was this? Let's see, it was already after 10, I think. It looked like it might be about to rain, so I got a little worried and came down. And when I got here, well, you saw something, didn't you? Yes. Sean was there on his own running his line. And towering above him there was this long, like really, really long neck. Neck? Yes. With skin like an enormous worm. It was like a dinosaur. Ooh-wee! You mean it must be Gordy? Good old Gordy! You done gave him the slip last time, you slimy old lizard, but I got you now. What? Now Gordy's involved too? Yeah, I think he might be. I was surprised as you are. Although, I guess John was practicing being a kid who can communicate with monsters. Hot dang! You're right. He could have been communicating for real with them, like horned doohickeys of his. Right, but it seemed more like he was kind of looking up and talking right to it. It's a crane covered in that plastic tarp. It was like they were friends. It's really weird, right? I think he was talking to somebody else. I don't think he was talking to that. Day 2 and it's weird. Weird and mustache on a mule. How could he cheat on his best monster pal like that? I fear movies and reality might be getting a little mixed up here. And you're absolutely certain that's what you saw? Oh, yes, but only for a moment. I was so shocked, I just turned and ran. Remember, she said that she needs new glasses, so she's having difficulty seeing out of the lens that she's viewing. Well, how about that, Mr. Prosecutor? Another mysterious beast to contend with? Don't tell me you believe this nonsense, you think? The monster angle's neither here nor there. But I think we have a pretty good idea now who we need to speak to next. Young Mr. Fenn. He really was here last night. Then there's a good chance he saw something. My thoughts exactly. Prosecution calls John Fenn to the stand. son ran out just a moment ago. What? We need to go get after him. April 6th, 10:54 a.m. Big building. Plaza. Ah, where the heck did he go? Maybe he just went home? You're right. They won't be doing any filming today after all. Sure. Or maybe he went on the lam. Nah, you're just overthinking things, Shirley. My name's not Shirley. He's a child, Agent Lang. There's no way he killed the president. Not on his own. And who said he was on his own, huh? Maybe a monster gave him a hand? Maybe I summoned one of his feature pals to help him? Yeah, very good. I'm not saying the kid did it. Not for sure anyways, not yet. But he's our most important witness right now, and we need to find him. Mr. Edgeworth. Hey, it's Gummy. Oh, He ran away. What was that about? Ah, well, it just goes to show that your police force can't be trusted. Are you saying you intend to continue investigating the president's murder alone? Yeah, so what? Well, last time we met you, you had about 800 other agents helping you. Sure, but I told you, I'm a lone wolf now. Got a problem with that? I don't need lackeys. I don't need friends. All I need are those fangs right here. Keeps things nice and simple. Relax, no friends. Anyways, get you both around. Yeah, things just done got interesting. And it sounds like I got my work cut out for me. Two big beasties on the prowl. Hoo-wee! It's raining scoops. And I don't catch a laced one. I ain't no shutterbag worthy of the name. Wow. This all got kind of complicated, huh? It did. The Torosaurus footprints were bad enough. Now, Gordy, this might as well be a movie. Well then, we better get our monster hunting shoes on. I suppose we had. Huh? Who's that? That's one of Agent Lang's old teams. We've come across a few of them on previous cases. This one's on his own. Excuse me. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. Long time no see. How come you're not with Agent Lang? Gifu? Not technically bossing. Really? What happened? Remember? Case a month or so back? Got a Prosecutor. How could we forget? Hey, kind of a big mistake there. Came about as close to aiding and abetting a serious criminal as you can come and still keep your job. I guess I was pretty close. While being approved, took full responsibility, so they disbanded their team. Wow, that's hard. But it explains why he's now a lone wolf, as he puts it. So, what are you doing here? Well, to tell you the truth, I was worried about it. I think he's been chasing ghosts. Ghosts from 12 years ago to be precise. 12 years ago? What happened then? Sorry. I said too much. I better be on my way. These ghosts are vacant length. They have something to do with the case we're currently investigating? Well, looks like everybody left except us. What do we do now? Question. This heart went off monster hunting, and I guess Agent Lang is busy trying to track down young Sean. Perhaps we should try investigating again another angle. What kind of other angle? Somebody needs to get Judge Gavel's side of the story. Oh yeah, you're right. What did she say again? Please forgive me, but I had better be on my way. I'm to preside over the trial of Fifi Lagarde, and I guess the trial will be beginning right about now. Indeed, I think we better head down to the courthouse, you know, don't you? All right, let's go. All right. Die. Questions, concerns, criticisms? None from you. So, what do you think so far? Well, Cowzilla. Torosaurus. And the Loch Ness Monster? Gordy? And then we have Ruby. I feel like we're going Scooby-Doo up in here. Of course, we have Ruby here that can talk to Torosaurus and Gordy. Makes you wonder, does he actually talk to stuffed animals? Probably does. Probably helps his mood. Yeah, mate. You talk to stuffed animals? All right, you have a cat, and you told us you understand every word your cat says. Yes, that's close enough. We have full conversation. That'd be what's the name of your cat? Cinnamon. That's actually a nice name for a cat. How was your day, Cinnamon? It could have been better. This cat at the bar, he got drunk drinking too much spoiled milk. Mackerel tabby. Cute. Cats grows up fast. One day, they're about this big, and then in about 2 or 3 months, they become this big. they grow in two ways. If they don't stop eating, they will expand side to side. He's huge now, huh? I bet you got him when he was about very tiny. I bet you keep looking at it and says, "How did you get so big?" A week after he was born, then he would be very small. Probably been carrying the little sucker in one hand. Yeah. Now that I said that, Ruby's probably like, "What are you talking about? I still carry him in one hand." Must have pretty good balance. There are a lot of cats that have some pretty good balance. If you take the Egyptian cats, they have very good balance. Then there are some cats that don't even have balance at all. And you make one little movement, they go plump. Out the third floor window, and what windowsill is he sitting? Oh, you mean he finds his way back up on the third floor from the outside? You're outside, wood, metal, brick. He's a ninja cat. Cinnamon is a ninja cat. He needs to go and band up with 3 other ninja cats and form the Teenage Mutant Ninja Cats. Very agile cats. I have seen it one time where a cat was running on the floor. He jumped on the counter and then bounced from the counter onto a fridge and bounced in the sink. That is some parkouring skill right there. All right. We are going to end it there. Maybe you don't like stoves. Maybe he's had bad experience with a stove. I don't know. All right. I probably should turn the camera. Okay. All right. So here's what's gonna be happening. Tuesday, we got 2 games. 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock. You better be smart enough to know it's hot. Can't be like a dog that actually goes to the stove, feels a little heat on his face, but yeah, won't move out of the way until he actually touches the stove. Tuesday, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock Eastern Time, 2 PFL games. And then at 7 o'clock, it's going to be Grocery Store Simulator. Wednesday, 2 games, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock. And then 8 o'clock is going to be Dot Hack. Thursday, no games. 8 o'clock Eastern Time will be Castlevania 3. I'm going to try to see if I can't finish it up. And Friday, no games. We're going to have a stream for Castlevania Curse of Darkness on Friday at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And Saturday is where we're going to start week 2 of the preseason. 4 games, 12, 2, 4, and 6. And then Indie Stream takes over on the weekend as well. That's our week. Alright. Time to find a raid target. Okay. Di, do you want to share some of your levels? Chadley. I think you remember him. We call him the bearded gentleman. You want to give him some of your levels? Okay. We're going to stop in and give him a raid. YouTube needs to fix the notification. Di, if you went and open up your YouTube notifications, and as you scroll, the icons move up as you scroll down. In your YouTube notifications, when you open it up, when you scroll, have you noticed that the icons move up as you scroll down? They're not supposed to move. They aren't supposed to move. Because even the text, it'll move down as you're scrolling. And then the thumbnails, some of them move up and some of them move down. It's a mess. It's a big mess. So, when you scroll down, you do see the icons moving up, but the text and the thumbnails, it feels like as you're scrolling, they're delayed. So they move weirdly. They'll move behind, and I've just noticed that some of them, as you're scrolling, the text blends with the other ones. Only happens that way when you're scrolling on the mouse wheel. You'll have to look at it. Anyways, that's gonna be it for me for tonight. You guys all have a wonderful night.